One of the things I like to do on my bike is powder coat some parts. This is a 2007 Honda 919, and I have powder coated quite a few of the parts that usually come silver, like this side guard here and this one here and the rear sets. I've kind of done them all in black. Well, one of the parts that doesn't make it very easy to powder coat black is the engine. In Australia they come with all of these, the covers and the head, I mean the whole engine is that color. It's a blacked out engine. The 06 and 07 ones here in the United States, they come with these covers already kind of a black metallic color. So I've tried to kind of do some more of that on my bike, and one of the ones that I was on eBay and I saw that an oil pan was listed on eBay, which is well, I just changed my oil, but it's this section right here. It's the oil pan. You can see it better on the other side. They had a black one listed on there as new, and so I thought it was a new one from Australia, and I thought it might match these covers, so I bought it. It ended up being just a new part, but it was powder coated black, but still looks very good. So anyways, I got a little bit of money back from the seller because I told him, well, that wasn't really what I expected. I wanted a new one, but that's what it is. There is no gasket used on this bike with the oil pan, so I'm just going to, now that I've changed my oil, put a new filter on, I'm not going to put new oil in. While it's empty, I'm going to take the old one out and put this one in. And there's no, again, there's no gasket on this. I will check and see if they used some thin gasket sealant and maybe spread some of that on there. And then we'll just change out the pans. This one also came with a crush washer and a oil bolt as well, so hopefully it'll make a little bit of difference on the bike, more easily visible from the other side. I'll get another video of it as I put it on. Thanks. Okay, so I'm right in the middle of changing the oil pan on my 2007 919, but the problem is, and I did not account for this, should have thought of it, but I've never taken one off before, so I probably wouldn't have known. So the oil pan's still on there. I did drop it down to C, but the oil sump, you know, the part that sucks the oil from the bottom of the oil pan, sticks down too far for me to get any clearance to pull this out, so I do have to remove the header pipes. Kind of a blessing in disguise, because I was taking those off and they were completely loose. I'm surprised I didn't actually lose any nuts, because I have swapped out different headers and I put them on. I probably should have come back, you know, after they'd gotten hot a couple times or two, to come back and tighten them up, and I never did. So it's probably a good thing. But anyways, I wanted to show, let me get out of the light here, what I've done to get access to the header pipes on this bike. The radiator sits in front right here. There's a bolt on the top right here that goes in here, and there's one on the other side on the frame right where this goes. This side is just a little push, kind of a pin. So radiator slides in from that side, and then you bolt it on the other side. So I just wanted to show this is a really easy way to get access to those header bolts. I mean, I have a ton of room in here. I can get in there and loosen those bolts and get them out. And I didn't do that the first time. I didn't take this top one off. I only took the other one off and just kind of tried to swing the bottom out. So I wanted to show how much space you get in there by just moving that out of the way. I mean, I can move that way out of the way. So for any of you that need to do a 900R header change out or anything, this will make it really easy. So anyways, that's the progress so far on the oil pan. I've got to take off the header pipes, and yep, a little bit bigger project than I thought. Okay, I've dropped the headers off the bike. They're sitting over here, and I'll show you why I needed the clearance. You can see the, I believe this is the oil pickup right here. So because that sits down below and sitting down inside the bottom of the pan, a little bit of oil in there still. That's why I couldn't take it off. So I did have to take the headers off to do that. And I'll get the powder coated one on. There is a little bit of gasket sealer on here, very thin layer, so I will spread some on the new one, and I'll throw the new pan on. I'll wait till the morning to put new oil in, let that set up a little bit, and we'll get some more video back on and some pictures as well. And now I'll have another engine casing at least, or another cover, part of the engine that'll be black. I might even do this one as well to get that one black too. And it'll look a little better. Thanks. Okay, I've got the oil pan installed. I did put a small layer of high temp silicone on. It's basically your caulking for metal and high temperature parts. There's no actual gasket that goes on that. When it comes from factory, they do have a small layer of silicone on there, so I just dabbed a little more on there and spread it around with my finger, and then put the oil pan back on. I do have a belly pan that I'm going to be putting on, so it'll hide most of that actually, but that's what those brackets are for. But you can still see some of it from the front, and there's one more part I can black out on the engine.